Hello, and a big welcome to anybody watching this stream. I am Eki, the sales director of InBetween. Today we will present to you the joint story of InBetween, Akeneo, and Portwest. And without further ado, who are you, Ronan?
Hi, my name is Ronan Hughes. I am the senior studio manager here of the creative team in Portwest. Portwest is based in the west coast of Ireland, in the furthest western part of Europe. And we're here today to talk about Portwest, Akeneo, and InBetween. So, well, who are Portwest? Well, we are one of the largest workwear and safety PPE manufacturers in the world. We have been around quite a long time. We were founded in 1904, and we have over 122 years of experience and expertise. We are trading in over 130 countries globally. So we have manufacturing sites, 5 fully owned manufacturing sites, and 13 global warehouses based around the globe. We have 1,500 products actively sold on our websites and our catalogs. And we look to bring in somewhere in the region between 200 and 250 new products every year. So totally, that's about 47,000 SKUs that are active on our website and in our catalog at the moment. We, out of our manufacturing sites, we're delivering 22,000 SKUs a day across those sites. All of this delivered with passion and care by our 6,400 staff globally. So we're a massive global player with eyes on growth, and we're looking to develop more and more into the future. But how do we promote? How do we educate? How do we inform our customers? Well, within my department, based here in Westport, we create all of the promotional flyers and catalogs and posters, branded material, everything that a brand needs to promote itself on the global field. From our sell sheets, our data sheets, covering all of our 47,000 SKUs, to our promotional flyers and localized catalogs, and especially to our main catalog, what's referred to as our biggest weapon. Inside this catalog is 900 pages of product content, information on our standards and our certification, contextual information about our fabrics and our technologies, and not only prepared in 900 pages in English, but also in 28 languages. These are printed. It's one of the biggest print jobs still and the most complex print jobs, and distributed through our warehouses in the UK and in Poland. However, to create and store all of this information, we had in the past quite a fragmented product data set. Some of the information was stored on our SQL database. Some of it was stored on PDFs. Some of it was stored in the minds of the people that were working. So having one area where everything was centrally controlled was something that we required. As you can imagine, with such a large project range, there is many different complexities to how those products are made up. Not only the certification, but also the materials, the fabrics, the composition that are used to create these products. Wrap that up then about consistency over brand messaging, over tone, over presentation. It becomes a very highly complex product library. For our data sheets, we employed a P2P or PHP system. This allowed for data sheets to be created on the fly. It It didn't allow for much contextual marketing or extra information about some of our standards or features. And it led to a bit of a visual deficit. We really wanted to build on our updated brand guidelines, become a trusted leader of protective wear across the globe. So, by moving to Akeneo, and we're with Akeneo now quite a while, we centralized and made a single source of data for all of our information. So, not just contextual infographics or product information, centralized all of the fabric, material, the certification for standards, standard class, our test house information. And right now we're working on integrating it with our PLM and with our newly realized CRM. What this allows us to do once we have a single source of data is connect via API to automation services like InBetween. And by using this API, we were able to pull out the information that we needed to create high-end data sheets, sell sheets, catalogs, websites, and everything from one single source. The API allows this information to be gathered and displayed almost instantly. And our sales team can now access the likes of our data sheets from Akeneo or through our website, as can our distributors and our end users. So on the left, you will see our previous data sheets, which really lacked the visual excellence and the contextual content that we wanted to have for our products. So now, with our new data sheets, we have dynamic QR codes created to link product information back to the website. We have high-res front and back product images. We have contextual modules for additional information about standards of fabrics. We have detailed certification icons. And we have explainers about some of the features that are on our products. It also allows us to put in additional marketing information for collections and for ranges. We have space now for our standards to explain it a bit more and inform our customers about the information that we have on these products. One of the biggest tools that we've been able to employ is this publisher. The Portwest publisher now allows customers and salespeople to create ad hoc flyer requests as they need them in the field. This is pulling information in from our PIM system, so all of that product information is the latest and most up to date. It's a simple system, but what it allows is a customer to select 1, 2, or 3 different templates. It allows them to upload their logo, which is a very important part of co-branding, building a partnership, and allowing them to build more trust with us. We can allow them to select a currency and add pricing, or add static pages and contact information. By using the search bar, they're able to find products within a particular range, so like EST or winter or summer, and all of that information is pulled in then from Akeneo. The information is stitched together using InBetween's dynamic publisher, and it's delivered back to the customer within the same browser. We've done extensive testing on it, and we found that those, depending on the complexity of the documents, arrive back almost instantly. And what's generated is a high-res PDF that's ready for printing, that can be downloaded and shared. And we've had great success with this, not just being used as a co-branding tool, but also to allow salespeople to follow up after a meeting, prepare for a meeting, prepare tender documents, and it allows them to display information accurately and set to Portwest brand guidelines. So they can choose from 2 products to a page, 4 products to a page, or 9 products to a page. And each one of those templates allows for more or less product information to be added. We're always looking at ways to improve this process or improve this system. And even now, I've had quite a number of salespeople come up with even more ideas about how we can bring this forward. Adding in our sustainability promise and adding in our size guide information makes this booklet a much more easier and useful tool in the field. Like I said, at the start of it, the amount of requests that our studio would receive for a whole global market might have been somewhere for 100 to 150 odd requests from the UK alone for just personalized flyer content. The publisher has kind of minimized that almost to zero. And we have seen since January an 800 odd requests come through the publisher. It gives us insight into what those customers are looking for, what information they want to find out more from, what ranges they're looking to promote, and who and what region they're looking to sell. Before, we focused a lot on UK and Poland and France and Italy and our bigger sort of markets. But now with a tool like this, we can provide the same level of support to maybe some other countries that wouldn't have gotten the same level of support from us in the past. It brings time back into my studio, so I can allow designers more time to create enhanced graphics, enhanced infographics, more information on some of our prime product collections and launches. Because it's connected directly to Akeneo, we get information updates instantly. So if a product manager makes changes to a product, we can expect to see that almost instantly reflected in the PIM. But like I said, the main thing is to allow the customers to co-brand with us and personalize it to what they want. They can choose the products, they can choose the display, and they can brand it with their own brand. And we found that has really made them a much better partner with us. So what does this mean for the future? Well, our next biggest hurdle is to approach the 900-page catalog that's done in 28 different languages. At the moment, we're using plugins within InDesign to access some of the content from Akeneo. So we're still getting some of the single source of truth. But we are missing that step of automation. And ideally, what we want to do is get away from the one size fits all and more towards sectional, range specific, or category specific catalogs. We want to look and work with InBetween and Akeneo to develop out logic-based template association. So if a product is projected to do well in a particular market, or if the product has maybe fallen a little bit in its total sales, that should dictate the size and running order of that product within the catalog. We're also looking at how we might implement some of the learnings that we've gotten from the datasheet and from the publisher into our packaging system. At the moment, the packaging system is created, maintained, and managed by 2 members of my team. But the content, as you can imagine, with 200 to 250 new products launching every year, it's quite a huge amount of project work to get through. So we're looking at how we might best use the single source of truth of Akeneo, connect it to InBetween to create the on-demand requests that our product managers need in the same sort of way that we would have done with the publisher. So for me, the future is quite bright. Thank you for your time. I will hand you back to Eki.
Well, thank you, Ronan. Well, as said, I'm Eki, the sales director of InBetween, and in my role, normally I do most of the talking. But today I prefer to be silent and listen to this impressive story from Ronan and Portwest. It clearly demonstrates the potential for cost savings, process optimizations, and growth. If you would also love to explore the topic of publication automation, I would invite you to reach out to me directly afterwards. I only want to add two more slides. First, an overview of the formats and publications that can be produced with InBetween. This is not only about data sheets, catalogs, and localized flyers that Ronan presented already. In addition, we also produce publications that you might not have in mind, but are also based on the clean product data structure in the Akeneo PIM. Like here, you see it, leaflets, packaging, or labels or POS material, all publications that are based on product data. Secondly, I would like to show you some logos from references and clients. Please, next slide, who are well known in their respective industries and who also use InBetween to support their brands both online and offline. In many cases, the combination of InBetween's capabilities and those of our clients result, as mentioned by Ronan, in powerful sales tools that significantly contribute to growth. This was the amazing story of Portwest, Akeneo, and InBetween. At this point, a heartfelt thank you to you, Ronan, and again, a warm invitation to our audience. Please feel free to reach out to me and our team. We would love to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you.